Hello and welcome to Xbox Classics. In this installment, the game is Sega GT 2002, developed by WoW Entertainment and published, of course, in 2002. This game was originally in development for the Dreamcast and then switched development to the Xbox. This is a pretty good racing game, and it's a racing game that I'm actually not all that awful at, and that's really saying something because I tend to be really bad at this type of, not arcade-style racing game. And, overall, this game has aged remarkably well. I can't think of many racing games, from this era that really aged quite as well as this one. There's Outrun, and, Outrun 2006, of course, is a beautiful game, and it will always be a beautiful game. But for the more realistic style of racing game, these kind of games don't really hold up. But Sega GT somehow manages to still look really impressive. And this game was, released almost 2 decades ago, so that's pretty crazy. The great thing about this kind of racing game is that because there are so many annual racing games, and technology has really pushed what racing games are, and people always want the latest, greatest thing. If you're interested in finding an older racing game, you can pick these games up for almost nothing. I literally found Sega GT for 50 cents. So I was like, Sega GT 2002 for 50 cents? Okay, I'll buy that. Alright, so let's start a new game here. So there's a bunch of different modes here. First thing I'm going to do is go to the options, because I don't like the default controls. The default controls give you the controller in the A position. It's where you hold down the A button to accelerate, and I don't like doing that. I like using the back triggers, so I'm going to go with the B configuration. Alright, everything else can stay the same. Now let's go to Sega GT 2002, the main mode of the game. And this is like basically the career mode of, any other racing game, so the first thing I gotta do is buy a car. What's kind of impressive about this game is that there's a lot of different makes of cars. There's, from the American companies, Japanese companies, you got your European companies. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff here. I'm gonna look for Honda. Of course, the best cars you can't buy right away because, what would be the point otherwise? Alright, I gotta go with something I can afford, like, I don't know, this car. S600. Now, I'm not really a car guy, so a lot of these realistic style racing games don't really appeal to me that much. I like cars just as much as the next person, but I don't really get really into, cars and all that. So for me, it's kind of all the cars. Well, who cares? Just color what it basically looks like, and how it handles. That's all that is important to me. So let's go into the race, and let's race some. Alright, let's go for the first race. Go for automatic transmission because I'm weak sauce. Now again, keep in mind this game came out in 2002. I do believe this is an Xbox exclusive that was never on any other platform. Now, being a more realistic style racing game, the controls aren't as, arcade fluid as, what you expect in, another arcade game. This is not Outrun. Instead, what you get here is a game that has sort of as much realism in the controls and responses and the physics as would be possible in a game of this era. I like the ads for Xbox everywhere. It's very clever. I think I picked a pretty crappy car, though. Even doing my best, I am in last place. But at least I'm not banging into walls like I am constantly in a lot of other racing games. Look at all the Xbox banners there. Here's a replay mode, I guess. And the replays, look pretty good. Alright, let's continue on. Oh, I get a prize just for participating, I guess. Hooray! I'm gonna try this stage. Yeah, I really gotta say, the graphics really do hold up. This is not a bad-looking game. guess you have a health meter. Oh no, the sun. But that's a cool effect. And now I'm so far behind everyone else because they have much better cars, I guess. And they have better skilled drivers. Glass reflections are pretty cool. You know, I have no idea if these racetracks are based upon like real racetracks. I assume they probably are, but man, these graphics look great. You know, and I'm not really a sucker for graphics. That's, you know, part of the reason why I like doing original Xbox Classic so much is because, you know, games are just about their gameplay. When you get this old, you know, it's the gameplay that really, you know, stands the test of time, because the graphics will look, you know, old and dated. But even so, like, I've seen, you know, a lot of new racing games, and this game still does not look bad by comparison. Man, do you see that one guy out in first place? I'm like about a quarter lap behind him. There's the sun again. Great effect. This game was definitely worth the 50 cents that I paid for it. You know, really guys, if you guys are looking for, at all interested in looking to collect Xbox original games, you know, now is the time to do it, because people aren't interested in collecting for the system. And, you know, that's when the prices are going to be as low as they will ever be. You know, I kind of wonder if there'll be a resurgence like there has been for, you know, really retro stuff like the, you know, the NES and stuff. Like, some of those games, you know, back in the day weren't very valuable. Like, you could pick up games like Metal Storm for the NES for, like, you know, $4 or $5. Now, you'd be lucky to get it for less than $60 for a card only. You know, stuff like that. So I wonder if that will happen for, you know, original Xbox games, because they look so nice when they're in their, you know, original cases with their manuals, and the discs aren't scratched, and, you know, the cases don't have stickers and, you know, crap all over them. You know, I love to collect for the original Xbox, because, you know, you can put it on the shelf and have the complete game. You know, for the NES and games, like, you have a cartridge only, or you can get it with a cardboard box, but then what are you going to do with the cardboard box? It just sits there. It's not like you can keep the game in the cardboard box. Or if you do, you know, it just sits there. There it is. 6th place again, but I don't get it. Then I get to watch the awesome replay. You know, maybe some of you guys out there had experience with this game back in the past. Maybe you played this game when it first came out. If so, you know, leave a comment and let me know about this game. Let me know about your memories of this game. You know, for me, it's a brand new experience. I think I remember seeing, like, maybe ads in a magazine or something, like EGM back in 2002 or so. But by and large, this is a new experience that I never played. And I don't really mind it. It's a cool game. So we switch to different cars. So this is the PC. This is the one of the NPCs playing. Yeah, this is definitely what I'm talking about. The engine holds up very well. This game looks great. You know, it very clearly is using the power of the Xbox and wouldn't be possible on, like, the PlayStation 2. Like, just look at the reflections on the paint of the car. Maybe I'm just out of it. Maybe this is, like, no big deal. But, you know, considering that you're playing on the original Xbox, the system that came out in 2001, man, it looks great. So anyway, that will about do it for this video. So let me know, guys, what do you think of this game? You know, is it really that great? Should I, you know, really endure with it and play it some more? Because there's a lot of racing games on the Xbox, and, you know, ones that I love, like Outrun. Outrun 2006 especially. That's my favorite racing game on the system. But, you know, maybe I should try out one of these more realistic racing games and give it a real go. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions about this game, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Also, be sure to hit the like button, because hitting the like button helps support my channel. It lets me know that you guys want to see more videos like this. The original Xbox is a fantastic system to collect for, and it's a fantastic system that just, it looks so good. You know, this is playing on an HD TV, you know, in modern times, through its component cables, you know, as good as it could be, in 480p, you know, widescreen support. Man, it looks good. So, yeah, let me know what Xbox games you want me to cover in the near future. I'll be sure to let you guys get back to you with another installment of Xbox Classics, you know, fairly soon. It's been a while since I posted the last video, and, you know, I kind of apologize for that. So, you know, I'll try and make this at least a weekly thing where I post an Xbox video every single week, because the Xbox really deserves to be showcased. Anyway, guys, that's enough of me talking. I guess I'll see you guys next time.